Hi all. We got a small scanner here, or a small laminator. These are plastic thingies. Yeah. It's the Amazon basic ones. So the scanner was only 20 bucks, and the plastic, I went ahead and bought the 200 plastic because it turned out to be a lot cheaper. They have a 100 one, but it works out to like a quarter more a sheet or something like that. So just went with these. The Amazon Basics Laminator. Hopefully they got directions in here. We'll have the boss read the directions. One thing I read is it said it's best to use the Amazon sheets with the Amazon machine because they're specifically made for the machine. So that's why I just went with the Amazon ones. Now, I'm sure the other ones would probably work, but just to be safe. Okay. So I watched a couple videos on it, and there doesn't seem to be much to it. One fella said just make sure they go in straight. Here's a little release button, I guess in case it gets jammed. Here's off. 3 mil and 5 mil. So the 5 mil would be thicker, I guess, right? Well, let's see what these are here. I understood it when I read it the other day. It doesn't say if these are 3 mil or 5 mil. I think these are the 3 mil. So it don't say nothing on here about how thick it is. It just says 9.5 by, or just says here 9 by 11.5. 200 pieces. Each individually wrapped. No, I'm kidding. That's really heavy.
Yeah, you should read this before you start filming so you know what you're doing.
Well, not much to it.
Well, they tell you a lot of no things that you know what to do with it.
Here's a ready. Here's a on. See, if I turn it on here, it don't come on. There's no off button. Oh, there's an off button, but there's no on button. So it doesn't say which side to put them in. It's supposed to do different sizes. Letter size. What's that? 4x6 and card size. So I guess this would be like a card. This would be a 4x6, and the letter size would be the full. Give me one of those sheets there.
Yeah, it says you should
Just
read this
one.
before you start
Just
doing
one.
anything.
You want to grab an extension cord? So we can
And
plug
that
it
should
in?
be, they're saying, make sure a certain switch is in off position before you plug it in.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That's why I said you should read that before you start.
Okay, so this is what I wanted to laminate. So this is a regular sheet of paper, 9 by 11.5. So that would just go in here. So see, you got a little bit on that side and a little bit on this side. Here's the sheet that came with it. I think they said 3 come with it. No, there's just 2. So this just goes inside here like this. Try to center it. You want a little bit of plastic around all the edges, so it's got something to stick to on the other side. And then you heat it up, and just the one fella that I watched, he said just make sure you get it going straight, because if you don't get it going straight, it comes out crooked on the other side. And then that's where this button would come in if you get a jam. So I don't really see what this is doing. It's not really doing nothing. Doesn't really look like it opens up anywhere. It's all sealed up. So she said she read in the manual, make sure it's off when you plug it in. So let's get this plugged in, and just say how long it takes to heat up. Okay, so we got it plugged in, and I'm going to go with the 3 mil. I'm pretty sure I ordered the 3 mil. I think the 3 mil was the standard one.
It doesn't say anything about how long it takes to take it. He said it might be hot when you take it out.
Does it say where to put the plastic in?
You get all these complicated things and
So
you try to read them all in 5 minutes.
insert the pouch evenly with the closed end first. Okay, so closed end first. See, that would be the open end. That makes sense, because then you won't get a crinkle. So closed end first. The laminated documents exiting the machine may still be hot, so precautions are required while handling. It is recommended using 5 mil pouches when laminated thin, soft materials. When laminated thicker or harder materials, it's recommended using 3 mil pouches to help avoid jams when laminated. Do not trim pouches before laminated. Always leave a minimum pouch border of approximately 1/4 inch around your document. Using trim pouches to laminate can lead to glue exposure to the rollers, which can result in pouch jams. laminating guide. Attention, you may notice an odor coming from the laminator for the first couple of times of use. Yeah, it's smelling pretty bad here. Do not be alarmed. This is normal and the odor will dissipate during normal use. Make sure main switch is off before plugging the unit in. Use only wall sockets with right voltage supply and plug types. Toggle the main switch. Toggle the main power switch at the back of the machine to the desired pouch thickness. Toggle the main power switch at the back of the machine to the desired pouch thickness. So I'm pretty sure I ordered the 3, so I'm kind of guessing there. US system 3mm and 5mm, metric system 80 MIC and 125 MIC. The red indicator lights up. When the green indicator is lit, the unit is ready for lamination. Insert the document into the correct pouch size. Leave approximately 3 to 5 millimeters at each side of the pouch. So that's, we're talking about the edges here. It is highly recommended do not put several smaller documents into a large pouch. Doing so may cause poor laminated effects and pouch jams. Okay, so it still doesn't say when to line it up or where to line it up. There's one little line here that says letter. So I guess that's where we put it. And we just got to get it going in there even. Oh well, let's see here. This letter, that would be the size of the paper, because the plastic practically fills up the whole thing. Not all of it, but pretty close. So line up the piece of paper with that word letter, because this is a letter size paper. You can do legal size too, but that's just a length thing. So once it grabs it, it just kind of takes it, and I can already tell I got it crooked.
Isn't it supposed to come out the other side?
It's hitting this side here. Let's see what happens. So it's following the edge of the paper here. It's right on the edge of the paper. But this side of the plastic's like right on the, it's starting to buckle here just a little bit. It looks like it's coming out okay on the other side. It's not hot at all. It's barely warm. One video I watched, the guy actually ran it through twice. I think he waited a minute or two and then he ran it through twice. But I don't think it would need it. That turned out pretty good. This part's still hot here.
That's weird.
Pretty hard. It's not as thick as a driver's license, but it's pretty close. You might want to hold it flat while that hot part is cooling off, because that looked like it was starting to crinkle. So that turned out really nice for 20 bucks. See, See, I put these on 2x4s out in the road. I should put on one. Don't hit the cat. Okay, so put one in. Leave about 1/4 inch around the whole side. Line the piece of paper up with the word letter. It says right there, letter. And then I guess somehow you're supposed to try to guide the thing in straight. You know, I don't see how you do that. There's no guides or nothing. You just kind of slide that in there, and once it's in about 2 inches, the machine just grabs it and starts to roll with it.
Let's put a roller in there because there's no marks.
So on this side, there's about 1/8 of an inch. This side, it's right on the edge of the hole. It's like right on it. This bottom edge is still hot. That was the last part that came out. Only takes a couple seconds to cool. Lay it on the table and just flatten it off. It seems to flatten out real nice. There's a slight curve on the first part that comes off. You can see how it's not quite flat here. So let's try a couple of those. Okay, here. So these were also the Amazon Basic. These were the ones they recommended, so I just bought them at the same time, so I don't have to worry about it. I know I'm getting the right ones. So these look like exactly the same thing. Well, yeah. There's 10 of them. So there's 4 more. Okay, so let's see here. So if this came in a box, we'll keep these in that box there.
Yeah.
Box right there. You want to try it?
No, there's nothing to it. Just feed it in there straight. There are 2 there?
Yeah. So you should probably make sure it's flat before you stick it in there, so you know it's going to come out even. made it worse. You can move the paper around without lifting up the whole thing. Closed side goes in first. That time I didn't line the paper up with the word letter. I just kind of centered it inside the hole. So it seems to be working okay. So it's just that top edge that comes out a little rounded. Maybe if you're really particular about it, you could put like a encyclopedia here or something so it would have something flat to lay on.
Yeah, because it's coming out warm and it's cooling off crooked.
So how many more you got there? We have 4 made, right? Four or three? Three?
Three. And if you do all of them, they're going to get bored.
Yeah. So I think the hardest part is just getting it lined up inside the pouch, because when you put it inside this slot here, I don't really see that big of a deal. You can just kind of slop it in there as long as it's kind of straight, it's gonna work.
You can always hold it when it comes out.
Yeah. Let's see if I just put this here. That's a little too high. So it only has to be like maybe 3/4 of an inch off the table. Not that it's that big of a deal, but if you're doing something for school or the office or something, you might not want them crooked.
That thing on the, over there, lower, that little box.
That's as thick as this one here. I guess you just get out your hair dryer and heat them up again.
Lay them all done. Put a book on them overnight.
Yeah. That one guy I saw, he ran it through twice. And then there's just a button here in the back. You just flip that button to the middle and it's off. And this top part is pretty warm now. Yeah, if you hold your hand on it, it did get really hot. So I think we read the important part. Oh yeah, it says for best results use Amazon Basics thermal laminated pouches. Order number it looks like B00D6 BFEDL. 2 3 mil pouches have been included. Oh, okay, so those were 3 mil. The machine is equipped with a jam release lever to clear document jams, which is located next to the on-off switch. Symptoms of paper jams: documents fail to exit, abnormal noises are heard during operation, document becomes wrinkled on its way through the machine. Once a document jam occurs, turn off the machine and press the jam release lever to release the jam. Remember to place the jam release lever back in up position after jam is removed. Well, I don't know where I had it when I was fooling around with it. Okay, so down is release, up is the normal position. So press down. So you press down, that must release the rollers, and then you pull the paper out, and then put it back up. So I think I'm going to mark that so I don't forget that one. So I got a fine magic marker here. I'm thinking in 10 years my niece won't read the directions. So jam, so up is normal position. So jam, release, up when laminating. Okay, so jam release, up when laminating. And I'm going to circle 3 mil here because all my pouches are 3 mil. So I'll write down here 200 plastic pouches. $3 mil. Okay, 200 plastic pouches, 3 mil. That button doesn't seem very strong, so just be real careful with it. And it looks like that's about it. Here's Spanish. That's about it. So for English you got 1. Just goes over the items. Power cord, pouch release, thickness adjustment, laminator pouch size entrance, laminator pouch exit. So it goes in there, it comes out here. So maybe I'll put that on here too. Insert here. Insert here. Insert here. Right? Hey, even 6 months from now we won't remember. How does this thing work?
You mean you can't remember that?
So that's all there really is to it. That page, that one, and that one.
The rest is in another language.
So that's all there really is to it. Got that page, these two, and we read these two. This is just some stuff. Don't soak it in water while you're trying to run it. You know. And then this is just some general stuff. No power, document jams. Misty laminates. Laminating the same document again will help to improve the quality. It says here, Misty laminates. Laminating the same document again will help to improve the quality. So I guess you can run it through a second time. It's not clear. It doesn't say, do you put another pouch on it, or do you just run it through again? It doesn't really say. Document not feeding. Make sure jam release lever is in the up position. Oh, okay. So if this lever is down, it's not going to pull it. When you insert the pouch, when you get to about here, it pulls it in. Oh, here's a customer service, 866-216-1072. 866-216-1072. She always does this. I'm trying to make a video. She starts making noise over there.
I'm not making noise.
So we'll say 866-216-1072. But for $20, if it don't work, just throw it out and get another one. Okay, see ya. Bye.
So you wrote all over it.
Yeah.